What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about CleanSpark today, CLSK. I'm gonna sit back. I've noticed that my past few videos I've been like this. I just get like so into the computer. I'm like, hey, what's going on over here? You know, I don't have Hawkeye vision. I'm not Hawkeye, man. Hold on, let me get this stuff set up. Okay, so. Looking at CleanSpark, looking at CLSK today, I've been saying that we would probably go a little bit lower, since we broke, since we broke this little, trend up here. I have been hoping for bottom after bottom and just been, denied on that. Since we've gone down basically from this range here, I have been convinced that we're going to go lower. And I'm still somewhat convinced that we can go lower, but there is potential that we might have found a low, you guys. Especially with the fact that everything's kind of bullish in crypto right now. Kind of bullish, not like there's rumblings. There are rumblings. Some coins are doing well. Shout out to Jesus Coin for doing like 70% pump today, man. But, this thing right here being this close to the 618, 69 area, this is kind of the zone I was projecting or expecting it to go. In my latest video, we broke below the 382 here, came back and tested it as resistance. That is a classic setup to come down to your 618, which would be all the way down around like $3. So, I mean, that's a previous area of resistance here, kind of an area of support. We could go a little bit below it. Again, this support zone is right in the midst of this. So $2.75 to $3, $3.06 really. Could be a possibility, but there is hope, you guys. There is hope. As we're moving down, volume's declining. That's nice to see because that would mean, an impending reversal is upon us. Where volume started to die off was like back here, so that would take us at least all the way back up here, which is where I put my call options at. So, so that would be nice. That would be very nice to go back up there to at least make me flush, or at least not completely dead in the red right now, man. My call options are worthless right now, man. But enough about me. Let's look at this chart here, right? Let's look at the RSI. So if we're looking at the short-term RSI, the regular RSI here, you've got a low here and a higher low here while promoting a low here and a lower low in price. That is bullish divergence. You are in the oversold zone. It's your first time being in the oversold zone since this low back here. And then you didn't go immediately off to the races. No, but you did, you had a bit of a recovery. You came back down and then you started going up. So this could be, and this was like your major move down in itself since this run right here, right? So, this could be the bottoming zone, you guys. Maybe we do go a little bit lower, maybe, and we form like triple or double bullish divergence, something like that. But I'm starting to think that the possibility of us hitting that 618 area is potentially not going to happen. What happened here? This is what it was. No, I swear. I just had it at 306, didn't I? Let's see. There we go. There it is. Yeah, 306. Maybe we wick down there. Maybe we do wick down there, but on a closing basis. Because this thing on its way down, it's gone up 5% or 4% and then come back down. It's done some pretty wacky things, but let's see how far away is that from here. I think that's more than 4 or 5%. Yeah, that's like 15%. Maybe we don't wick down there. I don't know. If we do get down to the 618 area, all I'm trying to say is that it's not going to be long-lived, and I would expect that we wouldn't have a close too much lower than where we are now. So I think we are getting toward the bottom. This is like my third time saying that. I think once I bought here, I was saying that this was the bottom, and then I was like, this is the bottom, and then I said this is the bottom, and here we are now. I'm calling for it again. Hopefully fourth time is the charm, or maybe third time. I don't remember exactly how many times, but the RSI does look nice. It does look weak. There's definitely room to go down, but we've got these lower highs kind of coming in. As soon as we break out of this kind of like descending like wedge kind of formation that we have, especially having bullish divergence like this, I think it's the right time to do it. But we could go a little bit lower before doing that, but look for that. When we see that and we start getting higher highs, especially in price, that'll be a telltale sign. Overall, if we look at this chart, this is just another higher low. That's all it is, right? You got a low here, higher low there, and another higher low. So it's really nothing to be too concerned about in the long term prospects of this thing. We are at the 0.5 area. By the end of this week, maybe we actually close up above the 0.5 area, holding this area as support. You can even see, right, previous area, previous weekly closing high. We're actually finding support on it right now. If we were to close the week like this and bounce up from here, it's yet to be confirmed, but this is a potential area to find support. So I wouldn't be totally caught off guard by that. I would definitely be excited about that. You know, where do I think this thing is going? Ultimately, you know, I think it's going to be worth multiple hundreds of dollars. Here we are sitting at $3 right now, but look at this, man. You're at your 236 even on this like more macro fib. If and when we do break above about $12.60, basically above this high here, and we have a very positive reaction, we have like limited struggles getting above that, I would say that it's go time basically to make a move up to $101, if not potentially up to $300 or beyond, like quite literally. So a 100x from this current price is completely possible, let alone if we go lower, you know, and if not 100x, at least more than a 10x. I guess that would be like a 30 or a 40x, right? But I do think that it's getting set up to do new all-time highs. I don't think that's going to come in by the end of the year. I would actually even be surprised if we broke above this by the end of the year. But by the end of this bull cycle for crypto, which would be, you know, sometime in 2025, I would expect that we do see things that are somewhere up in these kind of fib ranges. But you know, that's a lot of time. We have a lot of time until that happens. Just, you know, focusing on the details at the moment, I would say that we very well could have bottomed out, you guys. We very well could have bottomed out. It's completely possible that we go a little bit lower. Either way, we're getting close, and I wonder real quick. Let's see. Do the long term. We are below the 50 and we're below the purple line, so I mean that we don't have to go up from here, you know, but it'd be nice to see. Let's see. RSI, kind of an area that you found resistance in before, right? Right here, you found resistance in this area once, twice, even 3 times, and now you're finding support maybe in this area. There's a lot of support lining up in this zone. So if we do go lower, I would expect that it's going to be very swift and quick, and not prolonged at all. I very much don't expect that we're going to go lower than these lows. We might have even kind of like double bottomed at this low here from this like overall range, right? That could be what we're doing right now, but time will tell. Time will tell. I do have a little bit of hope that this is the low, that this day here was the low, and that we're on our way up. If we do go lower, I think it's going to be very swift, very quick, and you know, before I just keep saying the same things over and over again, I'm going to end it there. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. This is definitely one to watch as far as crypto mining stocks go. They use nuclear power, man, to mine their bitcoins. That's pretty cool, man. All this talk about Bitcoin being bad for the environment, it runs on nuclear power, man. There's like literally 0% carbon emissions, or like less than. It's a very small amount of carbon emissions that get released. Yes, there's radioactive waste, but as long as you have safe means of storing that, and being that this is a U.S. company, they have to follow certain regulations. You know. The environmental impact that it has is very minimal compared to like traditional mining. And even then, guys, most Bitcoin is mined using renewable energy. So I mean, it's the whole idea that Bitcoin is bad for the environment is bullshit. It really is bullshit, man. I mean, how many things do you have to do to get $1? You know, you have to dye it, you have to cut down trees for the paper, you have to like press it. Sorry, you have to press it. You know, you have to go through all this like machine work and stuff like that to print it, and then you have to send it, right? And how do you send it? Well, you send it on trucks, gas, like taking gas and stuff like that, man. You know, releasing carbon emissions. Money is not light. To send Bitcoin, it's just a digital transaction, and let alone the fact that there are digital transactions for US dollars too. They're doing digital transactions as well, which require processing, you know, in computers. Maybe not as much as Bitcoin, but the dollars themselves, man, and coins like the US currency, not just US currency, any currency around the world is far more worse for the environment than Bitcoin could ever be, like truly than it could ever be. So hopefully the world starts to see that, because that's just a BS reason, man. It really is just some bullshit. But anyways, before I just start talking about something random, I'm going to leave it there. So take care, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.